but Orange complete their draft with the Dara.
Right, alright, so it's going to be the Paquito in the jungle up against Ling. I don't think that's too bad because at the end of the day, right, TODAK did decide to go for that Esmeralda, which will eventually outscale a good majority of them. Maybe not the Dara, but we'll see how much oppression Born is able to put.
Yeah, this is going to be a heavy emphasis on towards Born now because I don't think Gary's going to be able to do too much with the jungle Paquito. He is going to try and do his best, but he won't be as oppressive or impactful compared to how the previous few games with his Fanny as well as Link. So this is going to be a different approach from OE. But all things considered, you are in the grand finals, you've got to go all out. But it looks like it is not going to be the Moon Franco. And I was hoping to see it, but all right. Kagura's pretty good.
Yep, Staffa called it. I mean, there are some good matchups. Actually, a good amount of good matchups against Xavier. He doesn't have a lot of lane pressure, and he doesn't push out very well. So Kagura, Lilia, all take advantage of him. And I think now is a good time. Which composition do you guys feel is a little bit better this time?
I do think that TODAK, they have a much more traditional team comp, and Orange's lineup is going to be a little bit more difficult to pull off, but they're going to be playing off of lane priority, whereas TODAK are once again going to be leaning more towards that mid to late game scaling so that they can take chaotic 5v5s one game away. Will TODAK secure a two-time championship title? Orange Esports will be the only ones to stop them with a highly skirmish-based team lineup with lots of pickoff, whereas now TODAK going back to basics, a very traditional front-to-back heroes to fill in every single possible combination. We return to the land of dawn.
Welcome everybody, this is game number 4, match point for TODAK. Orange Esports are putting everything on the table for this game. Orange Esports on the blue side up against TODAK on the red.
This time we are going to see invades coming from in. Instead of Yums going to mirror the matchup with aggression, he's going to try and protect Chiku as much as he can. So it's going to be a little bit of a different approach, but it's actually working out in TODAK's favor. Yums, however, taking a little bit too much damage means that Chiku is going to have a better time. And based on the minimap early on as well, we did see Orange Esports kind of expecting Yums to kind of mirror him, but, you know, looks like it's going to be off or not.
Yep, interesting stuff here because they really want to contest for the Little Water. Gary's trying to get in on it, but Moon body blocks the jab on a purpose so that Gary can't get close to try to actually go for the Retribution. Momo takes a little bit of a bad trade, which is fine. He's not in lethal health, but it could mean that if Valence gets a level up on him, and at least gets a single kill onto Momo, that's going to be his lane.
Yeah, that's what's most important here, as Man nearly gets hit by the hook, but is able to walk away just in time, chunking out Moon quite heavily in return.
They got to play really carefully here. Mon's going to get an early recall, which is great. That means he's going to be topped off in health and mana, but here comes Min to attack Momo to guarantee this victory on Valence's lane.
Oh, however, Min might be in a little bit of trouble here. Yums does have the hook, but seems like he's going to be diverting his attention as he tries to go for Valence. Valence know what's up, backs up immediately. However, top side as well, another response coming from Dota. They are going to focus on Born. There is no escape for him, and he is going to go shut down. And Orange, however, going to make the dive composition here. They're willingly sacrificing Yums for this.
Yep. No choice, no choice. Somebody has to bite the bullet, and this time it's going to be Born. He loses his flicker, and Formaze now has control over the lane. Born can still come back in his own lane by himself. However, Chiku is going to keep a very watchful eye over the EXP lane.
Yeah, that's going to be a good trade in favor of TODAK, but now Gary is going to be able to pick off a free kill onto Formaze. He was not expecting that. Man gets the Dawning Light, not able to steal the turtle as Moon delays the backline in exchange for his life.
Yep, this is good. Orange Esports, personally for them, they don't mind giving TODAK the turtles. They want to continuously trade. At the end of the day, Orange Esports can actually play off of just the regular siege composition. EXP means nothing compared to gold.
Yeah, and of course, when it comes to this kind of oppression as well, I'm surprised that Orange Esports, they're able to match up into this trading 50-50s, right? Because eventually, as long as Valence survives, he is going to be able to do some damage towards the front lines. And even if the Link dives him, he's going to be A-okay. However, I feel like Momo is going to be a big threat, and it's something that Gary needs to focus on as well, because he is pretty much the only one that can deal with him later on. And now, for him to get caught out, this is not looking good for OE.
Yeah, that was a really good bait there. Min wants to get something in return, but they've already run away. TODAK set that up perfectly, baiting the 1v1 because Gary thinks he can win, but Valens taking a lot of damage here. Gonna be forced to flicker out as Min comes in to back him up.
I mean, that was some good movements coming in from Valens initially, but Momo, that clean combo switching from Bennett into Nibiru, getting both ults and actually connecting on both as well. That's not easy to pull off. Min now getting some damage onto Yums so far. Iron Hook targeting Man. Yums is a very sharp eye flickering coming out of Min, but now they've already secured the kill. It's too late. Min one step behind, and now it's going to be a trading kill. Yums gives his life, but Min is the next to fall to the Bladed Tempest. 2-for-2 trade.
Yeah, Toda is just a little bit quicker in that regards because it was the perfect setup for Orange Esports, but Yums is just so much quicker and so much decisive. But oh, the burst coming from OE. They fight back, and that is a huge catch for them.
That's 3 ults connecting all at once, man. I don't know what to say. That's pretty much overkill. You have to admit it was way too many ults to be used.
Yeah, but as long as it gets them the kill, they don't mind it at all. Orange Esports wants to maintain this mid lane priority to give farm over to the Xavier. Min gonna get the way of the dragon onto the Franco as Valens now dishing out a lot of DPS, forcing out the bloody hunt, but it's not gonna be enough. Valens picks up the kill.
This is huge for Valens. This is going to help them a little bit more. But once again, mirror matchup as Toda is going to respond as well. And so far, they are just trading 50-50s across the map. But only difference is that the marksman coming from Orange Esports, Valens is going to get a little bit more farm compared to Momo. But it's okay for Toda as long as Momo doesn't die too much. Because eventually, if they trade pretty decently well, eventually the later stage game, they are going to be A-okay as compared to losing an XP later, which Born is going to be needed to shut down Chiku, guys, or maybe even 4maze later on.
We'll see how that's going to go, because right now 4maze is in a position where he generally is like, I don't really want to 1v1 Born, and if I do fight, I want to make sure that it takes forever for him to kill me. Now, Yubs, he's going to get the lockdown onto Gary. Yin Yang overturn the whole combination as Gary manages to sustain through the damage with a double knock-up strike and dodges the flame shot from Moon.
Yeah, that's gonna be very important as now Min jumps in, gets the way of the dragon, gonna force out the Purify. Bennett's Rage gonna do a lot of damage to Board. They get the hook onto Valens, but he is able to escape from it, and that means that, oh, hold on! Moon gets the stun onto Valens, but doesn't have the burst. Momo flickers forward, gets the kill, but they trade off Moon to the Dawning Light.
Oh, that was just so unfortunate, and Moon wasn't even expecting it to happen. The Dawning Light just so happened to actually hit him while Man was actually aiming for Chiku as well as Momo. So that was just super unfortunate for him, but still an overall good trade in the hands of Orange Esports.
No, I mean, so good so far, but let's see what the next couple of steps are going to be. TODAK playing uncharacteristically slow this time, knowing that they haven't gotten much of a lead. They don't feel like they have enough of an advantage yet to press against their opponents. They want to play towards the mid game where 4maze is finally scaled up and Momo at least has 2 items. Chiku, on the other hand, he's got a solid 5 kills in his bag. Same as Gary, except, well, it's 4-1.
Oh!
Never mind, now it's 5-1.
Yeah, that's going to be enough damage as well. Chiku is going to try and continue. However, turns the die, gets the KO punch, and shuts them down. That's the beauty of fighter versus assassins. And finally, Orange Esports finds a little bit of a lead as they try to push back. However, while that's actually happening, Momo down bottom is going to take a tier 1 for the team. So they're not entirely losing a lot of objectives. Still a big step for Orange Esports. But is it going to be enough for them to scale?
I like this play. Honestly, I really like this play. Like, Valens purposefully lets go of the bottom tier 1 so the rest of his team can rotate towards Turtle side and is able to capture top tier 1, forcing TODAK to make a really awkward movement. Like, Yums, for example, he was going up top side and then realized it's too late, and now is late to actually give priority over Turtle, which falls into the hands of Orange Esports.
Yeah, you gotta respect the jungle Paquito. There's just so much damage potential on the double jab combo, and now Gary is going to be ahead of Chiku. They're making another attempt. Bennett's Rage forced out to make sure that Orange Esports is zoned out.
Yep, and now 4maze being annoying as ever. There's only so little Born can actually do because he's sustained quite well. Yes, he can shred, but here comes Man and the rest of the Orange Esports squad. 4maze will run circles around them, hoping for some kind of cavalry, which actually gets intercepted by both Cho and as well as Valens, who's in trouble. Dawning Light is already out, forcing out the Bladed Tempest. They find one, they get a second one in return. They find one back in 4maze, but Yums, if he survives, then it's not going to be even up. Wow, 2-for-2 trade.
Oh, that was a very, very costly mistake coming from Orange Esports. You can see the team, they were deciding whether, oh, wait a minute, Gary, he almost got onto his moon. But yeah, as I was saying as well, it was just, the dawning light. All right. There's so much surprises here. But now, as I was saying as well, Orange Esports, they had the right idea of just trying to go in for the kill with 4-mains, but as soon as you saw 4-mains was trying to buy time, they split up their forces because TODAK showed himself down mid, and Orange Esports was forced to make a decision. Do I defend mid or do I commit to the kill? Because eventually they are going to lose out the trades. However, now with their force fights coming down towards mid, nice side step coming from Man, it's going to sacrifice mid. A big Dark Knight comes in, but Orange Esports is not ready to respond. Born trying to make something work against this, but this is 4-mains we're talking about. Chiku guys, however, going to be point of interest for Born, but he's overextending. He might actually die. A business strike comes in, but it doesn't connect, and he's going to pay the price. And now OE, they're losing more than one because Valence also gets chipped off down mid as Yumes got the hook.
They were rotating, and unfortunately the calls are not getting that great. TODAK able to kind of just punish Orange Esports, this organization. I don't know. That move from Born, I don't know what exactly the call was. I think Valence was on his way and gets intercepted midway. I think they need to understand that TODAK are starting to read them very, very well. And even Gary, you can see the hesitation when he's moving in. Something is up when you see 4-mains purposefully not intercepting his movements, but instead just sitting there and waiting.
Yep, Gary.
Almost gets a one-shot onto Gary, but the Tempest of Blades going to allow Chiku guys to get out of that situation. Now they know that the cooldowns are down, so Yumes jumps forward with the Bloody Hunt to secure the shutdown.
That is huge of a catch. Once again, another 10 min. Tries to go for setup. Chiku guys knows is there. Great awareness coming in from Dota. And because of that, Orange Esports, they are going to force to back out. They need Gary for the damage power. Dawning Light is just not enough. He needs to scale a little bit harder for Mon, and he's only level 9, whereas Chiku guys already level 14. But looks like Orange Esports, they are going to look for the coin flip. And looks like from the back lines, instead, Toda concedes the Lord, and they focus on the team fight, and they get balance, and they're looking for more. Born is going to be the next to fall, and just like that, Chiku gets the double kill, and Toda is looking to get more objective without even taking the Lord.
This is bad. This is pretty bad for Orange Esports. The game was looking pretty even up until this point, but now TODAK have a 2.8k net worth lead. Being able to pick off Gary there was already great, but making use of Min's over aggression to jump into the back line, TODAK are reading Orange.
Yeah, more so that, man, it's just a fast maneuver coming in from TODAK. Initially, they were like, okay, we're doing Lord. Orange Esports walks up, let's turn this around. But now Chiku trying to get on top of Gary here. The Blade Attempt is so very close, almost takes him out. But he's not going to try in 1v4 this. He may have killing spree, but neither does he want to waste his energy, so he can't hop on out of there.
Yep, TODAK just having time of their lives as again, but this time they are going to force the Lord again. Orange Esports, however, losing a lot in terms of map control. They might need to play this a little bit safe. TODAK trying to bait out from sort of reactions again, and unfortunately to say, Orange Esports a little bit too afraid to push out just because of the way the lanes are as of yet. So TODAK, they're having 4-mains to kind of distract his way through. Gary's going to try and respond, but the rest of TODAK immediately swarms in with the conceal. They force the fight, they catch on Born, and that is a big catch coming from Yumes, and because of that, they're scrambling. Orange Esports wants to make a fight, but the hook, Yumes, the hook flicker, catching on Valence. This is a disaster. TODAK, they're just completely shutting them up now. Gary trying to pick a fight into his Momo. He's down to his 1 HP, but eventually survives as they sacrifice one from beside TODAK. Gary will eventually get taken down. Legendary for TODAK. This might be it, gentlemen.
Oh, they're setting it up for checkmate here. TODAK 5k ahead, 12 minutes into the game, 38 to 32k. They will be getting this Luminous Lord. It's a perfect time because Luminous Lord will be able to crack open an inhibitor, almost guaranteed if they give it a little bit of escort. And Love and Care, Tempest the Blades already out. They find Min, he's dead. Dawning Light doesn't connect as Born gets on out of there. Corrosive Strike already won. Torn apart memories, shuts down Chiku. Now they've got a fighting chance.
Orange Esports just barely able to pick up a bit of a revenge kill in exchange for Min there, and that is going to be infinitely worth it, taking out the enemy jungler. Chiku will be down for another 20 seconds, which means that he will not be around to assist with this next Lord push. TODAK are going to be fighting a 4v5 situation, which means that Orange will have no problem clearing this up. Will TODAK still make the attempt?
Oh, they are going to happen as well. Valens needs his farm. He got a little bit of redemption with the comeback and mechanics of farming off Chiku's bodies, but he's still 2 levels away from max level. He needs a little bit more items on his marksman to be able to chip the damage that he's needed, but it's going to be very, very difficult to do so because as of yet, any chance right now, they need to get it. They need to find a way to get any sort of pickoffs, a freebie if TODAK gives it to them.
I think at this stage, they just need to drag it out, but now the first suppression comes on towards Born side. He gets hit by basically everything, but he doesn't die. They take out Moon. It's too late. Momo already, Nibiru's passion already down balance, forces those girls to try to get out of there. Chiku finds the backline, but Mon, he's out of position now as Chiku takes him out too. Gary trying his absolute darnest to take anybody with him to the grave. Not enough to get the final knock-up strike, and it's just 4 Mays and Chiku guys left. Min has to clear this wave. He needs to do everything he can.
There's nothing he can do. Chiku is going to focus on the inhibitors. That's going to be a free inhibitor for the side of TODAK, and they're looking for more. 4 Mays is just so strong. 9 seconds left. 4 Valens, 3 for Born. TODAK, can they get a little bit more? Way of the Dragon.
Perfect.
That is the perfect catch for Min to punish Chiku.
Oh, that is what Orange Esports needs. Losing another inhibitor there would have been devastating, and at the very least, they're going to keep themselves in the game for now. That catch from TODAK actually didn't turn out as ideally for them as they would have liked, because Born proved to be a lot tankier than he thought. Min now looking for Moon. Dawning Light already chunking him out quite low, but 4 Mays is chasing him down. And guess what? He's in the back line. They find Born though with the bloody hunt, and that's a kill. Going over to Momo. 4 Mays still chasing them down. Gets the falling Star Moon, forces the way of the dragon and the flicker from Min.
Oh, that was a sick dodge as well. They only lose Born, but the power of the Franco is starting to show coming from TODAK, because one catch coming from him means instant death. If there's no one canceling Yum, that is going to be a very, very difficult situation. But whenever they try to do so, there's just so much CC coming from TODAK to actually punish that kind of plays.
Yeah, it's a lot of CC, but 4 Mace is also scaled. He's able to run them down, and Mon, without Flicker, is going to be in danger of Chiku. He already uses the Dawning Light. They don't find Moon this time, as 4 Mace is running down Mon. Chiku, it's about to be his time here. They're already so very low. They're going to keep up the chase, and now take away the orange buff. Chiku going to be starting on the Luminous Lord here. They don't need to do anything else. Dawning Light as well, just to double check. But what is that going to do if you can't even get close to the pit? Oh no, another Iron Hook. Once again, it's just an ego challenge. They've already got what they need to, and 4 Mace is unkillable.
Yep, here comes the Dawning Light. They finally did take down Momo, but it's not going to be over yet. The Lord is going to be secure from TODAK, but Orange Esports, they've got to find a pickoff now, but the hook connects on Min. It's a tank, but it's at the same time. This is go time for Orange Esports, but TODAK, they take the high road. They play it safe. They escort the Lord. Now is not a good time to ego challenge, because Orange Esports is starting to hurt. You can see Mon having capabilities of one-shotting both Momo as well as Moon. Giving away unnecessary kills is going to further enhance the power of this Xavier.
Oh, it's just, oh man. This is a tight game. Honestly, despite it being 19-25 so far, TODAK is playing this a lot more conservatively than their past 3 games. Like, they knew they could disrespect Orange Esports, but now they realize that it's getting a little too close for comfort.
You know, did you realize that Chiku's got 17 kills?
Yep.
Oh, but 4 Mace, he's starting the engagement, finds 2-man falling Star Moon. Born gonna be saved by the 3-man Jikundo, but he gets hooked backwards. Going to be able to escape as Gary finds Moon in the back line. He's doing a lot of damage. They already pick off Born, but they're gonna be able to break down 4 Mace as well. The Lord is in the base, but TODAK cannot break in. He does a lot of damage to Mon, but they clear up the Lord, and the Dawning Light gonna force TODAK to retreat yet again.
Yep, great defense so far from Orange Esports, and that is exactly the games that they need. And as of yet, they're finally getting a little bit more economy for balance, and slowly but surely, Orange Esports will be able to bounce back. So it all comes down to execution, and I like how TODAK is just playing it very, very safe, knowing that Orange Esports is able to come back into this game. Man is going to be the core component for the team. As long as Man doesn't die, TODAK is having a very, very difficult time.
Yeah, but Gary is also doing a very good job of jumping into the back line. It's going to be a lot less effective now, though, because Momo just completed his Wind of Nature. He knows that he is a major target for this Paquito, and as long as he can survive his burst combination, that's going to be huge, because TODAK, they're relying quite heavily on this Beatrix's late game damage.
I mean, Beatrix... It's tough because Beatrix wants to get into the fight, but there's so many factors he needs to take into account. It's not just Gary being a really, really big force, right? He can still die to Ward. See how much damage that Dawning Light has done? Anybody on the side of Orange Esports can take Momo out with that Dawning Light.
Yeah, that's crazy. Chico is going to back off as well. You can see the protection, the escort for this. And looks like Chico is going to be out of the picture. They know they can force a fight. Chico forced to go back means this is go time for Orange Esports. They're looking to pick a fight. A big business strike comes in, but TODAK is just a little bit too tanky. A big four-man Dawning Light, but Orange Esports unable to react. Immediate recalls coming from TODAK to fight this. And as soon as the Divine Glaive purchase from Man, you can see the power of Xavier. TODAK immediately switching their strategy, going for split push. As you can see, 4Maze also going to be opening up the map.
Yeah, he is just so strong right now. Min is going to initially get hit by the Iron Hook, gets hit by the Bloody Hunt. 4Maze ends up dying over to the Dawning Light. And Chiku, guys, he doesn't... wait, no, does he? Yes, he doesn't actually get his purple buff. He's going to be purple buffless this time around, as Orange Esports have fought so hard to this point. They need this Lord.
Oh, somehow Orange Esports, their chances in this are still alive. They have full control over the Lord Pit, and this is the final evolution. We are 19 minutes in. They can very much use this to break into the base. TODAK, they're not going to challenge it. They're going to go for the split push, as now Yu's walks forward, distracts them. Momo looking for the snipe, not quite able to get it. It goes over to Gary. Momo pops the Wind of Nature, but that doesn't protect him from the magic damage. Double kill going over the balance, as now Moon and Chiku being distracted by Min pops his immortality. He will die, but he has bought enough time for his team.
Oh, great response coming for Orange Esports as well, because even if they got the Lord, if no one defended the bottom lane, TODAK might have secretly taken the base away. So this time, TODAK, they have to make a run for their lives. Moon dropping a little bit too low. He needs to get the reset, and Gary is going to get the kill, and this is huge. Dawning Light comes in. TODAK is going to have a very difficult time to defend against this. 4Maze trying to draw aggression, but the Lord will be chunking the crystal OE. They're looking to drag this game, and they will make a comeback, and Orange Esports takes the game from TODAK in this grand finals. It's not over yet.
Oh my god, Orange Esports and their fans in the back. The sigh of relief from getting oppressed from so long. They make that comeback. UC Born, he's giving high fives all around. He knows he has taken so much punishment for this team.
The underdogs